Did you know that something as simple as how you cook or store your eggs could have a major impact on your health, especially as you age? You might be unknowingly making mistakes that could affect everything from your heart health to your digestion. Whether it's the type of oil you're using, the way you're cooking them, or how you're storing them, these small errors can add up over time. But don't worry. In today's video, we're going to dive into 8 common egg mistakes that could harm your health. And more importantly, we'll show you exactly how to avoid them. These tips are easy to follow and could help you get the most nutritional value from every egg, while keeping you healthier in the long run. So, without any further delay, let's begin with one of the most common and surprisingly risky mistakes people make when it comes to eating eggs. Eating them raw or undercooked. You might have seen people do it on fitness blogs, in movies, or even on social media, cracking a raw egg into a smoothie or swallowing it whole for what they believe is a clean, powerful protein boost. But while it may look like a shortcut to better health, the truth is that this habit can backfire in some very serious ways, especially as we get older. One of the biggest concerns with consuming raw eggs is the risk of salmonella, a harmful bacterium that can cause food poisoning. This bacterium can sometimes be found inside the egg, even if the shell looks perfectly clean. While younger individuals might only experience mild symptoms like a day or two of stomach upset, the risks for older adults are much higher. As we age, our immune systems naturally weaken, making it harder to fight off infections. What might start as mild nausea, cramping, or diarrhea in a younger person can quickly escalate into more serious symptoms for seniors, such as severe dehydration, high fever, and potentially an emergency hospital visit. For older adults, consuming a raw egg is not just a minor risk. It can lead to much more serious health complications than a simple stomach bug. But there's more to it than just bacteria. Raw egg whites contain a protein called avidin. This protein binds tightly to biotin, also known as vitamin B7, which your body needs for several essential functions. Biotin supports healthy skin, keeps your hair strong, and plays a key role in maintaining a steady metabolism. When avidin is present, it can prevent your body from absorbing biotin properly, and over time, this can lead to symptoms that are often mistaken for normal aging. You might feel more tired than usual, notice your hair thinning, or experience changes in your skin and nails. Even your ability to convert food into energy can take a hit, all from a quiet deficiency you may not realize is happening. So, what is the right way to eat eggs to avoid all of this? Cook them fully, scrambled, poached, hard-boiled, or gently fried. Whatever your preference, just make sure the whites are no longer runny and the yolks are cooked through. Proper cooking not only destroys any harmful bacteria that might be present, but also neutralizes the avidin, making all those valuable nutrients, including biotin, available for your body to use. And if you enjoy recipes that traditionally call for raw or lightly cooked eggs, like creamy dressings or desserts, there is still a safe option. Pasteurized eggs are specially treated to kill bacteria without actually cooking the egg, making them ideal for recipes where texture matters just as much as safety. It is a simple switch that can make a big difference, especially for those who want both flavor and peace of mind. Great, now that we've covered why raw or undercooked eggs can be risky, let's talk about the other extreme. Overcooking them. Yes, even something as simple as boiling an egg for too long can strip away some of the key benefits you're hoping to get. Surprising, right? Overcooking eggs, especially when boiling them, can lead to that familiar greenish-gray ring around the yolk. You might have seen it before and thought it was just a cosmetic flaw. But what you are actually seeing is a chemical reaction in which sulfur from the egg whites is reacting with iron in the yolk, forming iron sulfide. While it is not toxic, it is a sign that the egg has been cooked at too high a temperature or for too long. And that's where the real issue begins. Overcooking eggs not only changes their appearance and taste, but it also damages some of their most valuable nutrients. One of the first nutrients to degrade under high heat is vitamin B12. This vitamin plays a critical role in keeping your nervous system healthy, supporting red blood cell production, and maintaining energy levels. When eggs are overcooked, B12 can be destroyed, reducing the egg's nutritional power. But even more concerning, overheating the yolk causes cholesterol oxidation. When cholesterol oxidizes, it can promote inflammation in your body and may contribute to the development of conditions like heart disease over time. That's a high cost for just a few extra minutes on the stove. So, what is the right way to cook your eggs to keep all that goodness intact? It all comes down to gentle cooking. If you are boiling eggs, stick to no more than 10 minutes, just enough to firm up the whites and fully set the yolk without creating that green ring. For scrambled eggs, use low heat and stir frequently. This preserves the soft texture and keeps sensitive nutrients like B vitamins and antioxidants from breaking down. And if you love frying eggs, try doing it over medium-low heat using a small amount of a healthy oil. This way, you get the flavor and satisfaction without sacrificing the health benefits. Eggs can be the star of your plate or the perfect protein-packed snack, especially when hard-boiled and added to salads or eaten on the go. But a little extra care in how you cook them makes all the difference. Not just in taste and texture, but in how much nutrition your body actually receives. Now that we've covered how overcooking can damage your eggs, let's dive into another crucial mistake that can affect the health benefits of your eggs. Using the wrong cooking oils. You might not think much about the oil you choose to fry your eggs in, but it can have a significant impact on your overall health, especially over time. Refined oils like soybean, corn, or vegetable oils are commonly used for frying because they're widely available and inexpensive. However, when these oils are heated to high temperatures, they begin to break down and release harmful compounds such as free radicals and trans fats. These compounds are known to promote inflammation in the body, which can contribute to a variety of health issues, including heart disease, especially for older adults who may already be managing cholesterol or blood pressure concerns. While you might be adding healthy eggs to your diet, the oil you choose can actually counteract some of the positive effects of your meal by introducing unhealthy fats and promoting inflammation. To avoid these issues, it's much better to opt for healthier, more stable oils that can withstand high heat without breaking down. Some great choices are avocado oil, olive oil, ghee, and coconut oil. These oils are not only better equipped to handle high temperatures, but they also provide heart-healthy fats that support your overall health. For example, avocado oil is rich in monounsaturated fats, which are known to reduce bad cholesterol levels and lower the risk of heart disease. This makes it a fantastic choice for frying eggs. Olive oil, another excellent option, is also packed with monounsaturated fats, along with antioxidants that help fight inflammation. Ghee and coconut oil are both rich in healthy saturated fats that provide anti-inflammatory benefits and are perfect for high-heat cooking, like frying eggs. Using these healthier oils instead of refined vegetable oils can make a big difference in how your body reacts to your meals. By opting for healthier oils, you help avoid unnecessary inflammation, support heart health, and create a more balanced, nutrient-rich meal. So, were you using the right oils before, or have you been reaching for the refined ones? Which oil do you prefer for frying your eggs? Comment below and share your thoughts. I'd love to hear what works for you. Let's all make smarter choices for a healthier lifestyle. Now, let's dive into another common mistake when it comes to eggs: using old eggs. While it might seem like a harmless mistake, using eggs that have been sitting around for too long can actually have a significant impact on both the texture and safety of your meals. This is because as eggs age, they lose moisture, causing the egg whites to become watery and the yolks to loosen. These changes can drastically affect the texture of your eggs, making them less enjoyable to cook and eat. But the real concern lies in how old eggs can impact your health. The longer eggs sit in your fridge, the more likely they are to become a breeding ground for bacteria. Over time, the protective shell of an egg weakens, which increases the risk of bacterial contamination, including dangerous pathogens like salmonella. For anyone, especially older adults, the risk of foodborne illness is a serious concern. If your immune system isn't as strong, the consequences of consuming contaminated eggs can range from mild stomach discomfort to more severe conditions like dehydration and vomiting, which may require hospitalization. So, how can you ensure you're using fresh eggs every time? Thankfully, there's a simple way to test your eggs for freshness: the water test. All you need is a bowl of cold water and your eggs. Fresh eggs will sink to the bottom and lay flat on their side, while older eggs will stand upright or float. This happens because as eggs age, the air pocket inside them grows larger, causing them to become buoyant. If an egg floats, it's no longer fresh and should be discarded. If it sinks and lies flat, it's good to use. Another important sign of freshness is the smell. If you crack open an egg and it has a sour or off-putting odor, it's best to throw it out. Even if an egg looks fine on the outside, if it smells bad, there's a high chance it's gone bad inside. While eggs can last 3 to 5 weeks in the fridge when stored properly, it's always a good idea to double-check freshness before cooking. Old eggs also have a different texture when cooked. The whites become runnier and more watery, and the yolk may break more easily. If you're making dishes like omelets or frittatas where the eggs need to hold together, you'll notice that older eggs don't perform as well. They may spread too much in the pan or result in a less cohesive dish. In contrast, fresh eggs have firmer whites and yolks that hold their shape better, ensuring a more pleasant cooking and eating experience. So, by using the water test and paying attention to the smell, you can easily avoid the risks associated with old eggs. Now that we've talked about the importance of egg freshness, let's get into another mistake that many people make without even realizing it: using cracked eggs. At first glance, a tiny hairline crack might seem harmless. Maybe you notice it just before cracking the egg into a pan and figure it's fine to go ahead. But here's the thing: even the smallest crack can open the door to something you really do not want in your body: harmful bacteria. Eggshells are more than just a natural container. They're the egg's first and most critical line of defense. That shell is designed to protect the inner contents from bacteria like salmonella and E. coli, which can be found just about everywhere in the environment. Once that barrier is broken, even slightly, bacteria can sneak in. And unfortunately, there's no way to tell just by looking whether or not contamination has occurred. Now, imagine a cracked egg that has been sitting out during transport or at room temperature on a store shelf. Warm environments only speed up bacterial growth. And when bacteria like salmonella multiply, they can cause some seriously unpleasant symptoms. Think diarrhea, fever, stomach cramps, and in more severe cases, even hospitalization. This risk is especially concerning for older adults or anyone with a weakened immune system. So what is the right thing to do when you come across a cracked egg? The answer is simple but important: do not use it. No matter how clean it looks or how fresh it smells, once the shell has been compromised, the risk outweighs the reward. Before cooking, take a moment to inspect your eggs. If you spot any cracks, even hairline ones, it's best to throw that egg out. And this goes double when you're buying eggs. Always take a quick peek inside the carton at the store. Gently lift each one or tilt the carton slightly to check for cracks underneath. It's such a quick habit to build, but it can prevent a whole lot of trouble down the line. For those who prefer buying farm fresh eggs, whether from a local farmer's market or directly from a small supplier, there's a bit more to consider. These eggs are often less processed and may not go through the same cleaning or pasteurization steps as commercial eggs. While that can mean more flavor and nutrition, It can also mean a higher chance of unnoticed cracks or improper handling. If you're choosing these kinds of eggs, make sure they're stored properly, handled with care, and visually inspected before use. All right, now let's move on to a mistake that many people make in the name of eating healthy: throwing away the yolk. For a long time, the yolk has been seen as the part of the egg that should be avoided, mostly due to concerns about cholesterol. As a result, many people have gotten into the habit of separating the yolk from the whites, believing they are making a healthier choice. However, when you take a closer look at what the yolk actually contains, you realize that avoiding it means missing out on some of the most valuable nutrients that eggs have to offer. The yolk isn't just the egg's filler, it's the most nutrient-rich part. It contains nearly all of the egg's fat-soluble vitamins, like vitamins A, D, E, and K, which are essential for a strong immune system, bone health, skin maintenance, and hormone regulation. These nutrients are key players in keeping your body functioning at its best, especially as you age. In addition, the yolk is where you'll find omega-3 fatty acids, which are critical for heart and brain health. Along with these, powerful antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin help protect your eyes and reduce the risk of age-related conditions such as macular degeneration. And then there's choline, a nutrient often overlooked but vital for brain function, memory, and liver health. Without enough choline, you might notice mental fog, low energy, or even changes in mood and muscle function. Now, let's address the concern about cholesterol. While egg yolks do contain cholesterol, newer research has shown that the cholesterol in eggs does not have the same effect on blood cholesterol as we once thought. It's the saturated and trans fats found in processed foods that have a bigger impact on raising cholesterol levels, not the cholesterol found in eggs. So, the worry about cholesterol in egg yolks is not as significant as it used to be. So, what is the right way to enjoy eggs? Keep the yolk intact. Eating the whole egg gives your body the complete nutritional profile that nature intended. And if you are keeping an eye on heart health, consider pairing your eggs with nutrient-dense foods like sautéed greens, steel-cut oats, or slices of avocado. These ingredients can help balance the meal with fiber, antioxidants, and healthy fats, making it both nourishing and satisfying. However, if you have specific medical conditions like advanced heart disease, or have been advised by your healthcare provider to limit cholesterol intake, it's always best to follow those recommendations. So, what do you think? Are you guilty of tossing out the yolk, or are you ready to embrace the full nutritional power of the whole egg? Comment below and let us know your thoughts. All right, let's move on to another common mistake that can easily be overlooked: using too much oil when frying eggs. While oils like olive oil or avocado oil are considered healthy fats, they still contain calories, and when we overdo it, those extra calories can start adding up. Over time, this can lead to weight gain, increased cholesterol levels, and even issues with blood sugar, especially if you're using large amounts of oil on a regular basis. It's easy to think that a little more oil won't hurt, but it can sneak up on you. So, what's the best way to handle this? The key is moderation. If you enjoy fried eggs, try to measure out your oil. Just a teaspoon is usually enough to cook your eggs without adding unnecessary calories. Another option is to switch up how you cook your eggs. Instead of frying, you can try poaching, boiling, or even steaming them. These methods don't require any oil at all, making them lighter options that still preserve the flavor and texture of the eggs. If frying is your preferred method, consider using a non-stick pan. This way, you can get away with using even less oil and still have your eggs cook evenly without sticking to the pan. Many people find that using a non-stick pan with a quick spray of oil is the perfect solution. It gives you the flavor you love without the excess calories. It's all about finding a balance that fits your health goals. Now let's take a closer look at another mistake many people make when it comes to eggs: storing them incorrectly. While it may seem like a small issue, The way you store eggs can have a significant impact on their quality and your health. When eggs are exposed to fluctuating temperatures, such as being stored in the door of the refrigerator, the consistent cooling they need is disrupted. Every time you open the fridge door, the temperature shifts, which creates the perfect environment for bacteria to grow, especially harmful bacteria like salmonella. For older adults whose immune systems may not be as strong as they once were, consuming eggs that are improperly stored can lead to foodborne illnesses. Symptoms of food poisoning can range from mild stomach cramps and nausea to more severe digestive distress, which can be especially dangerous and harder to recover from as we age. So, what seems like a small oversight in egg storage can put you at risk of health issues that could be easily avoided with proper handling. But the risks don't stop at bacteria. Improper storage can cause eggs to lose moisture more quickly, which affects both their taste and texture. When eggs sit in fluctuating temperatures, the egg whites become watery, and the yolks become runny and less cohesive. This affects the way the eggs cook and can make them less appetizing. Moreover, as eggs age and lose moisture, they begin to lose their nutritional value. Nutrients like protein, vitamins, and healthy fats start to degrade, and over time, the eggs won't provide the same health benefits they would have if they were stored correctly. In addition to affecting texture and nutrients, improper egg storage increases the risk of cross-contamination. If eggs are stored in areas that experience frequent temperature changes, like the fridge door, they're more likely to come into contact with other foods that could introduce bacteria. This can heighten the chances of contamination and further compromise the egg's safety. So, how can you avoid all these issues? The key is to store eggs in the main part of your refrigerator, where the temperature remains stable. The door is the warmest part of the fridge, and the frequent temperature changes make it the least ideal spot for storing eggs. Instead, keep them in their original carton and place them on a middle or bottom shelf, where the temperature is the most consistent. Eggs can last for 3 to 5 weeks in the fridge, depending on how fresh they were when you bought them, and proper storage will help ensure they stay safe, nutritious, and flavorful. For seniors with weakened immune systems or anyone concerned about food safety, it's also a good idea to always check the sell-by date and perform the water test to test the freshness of eggs before using them. If you're unsure about an egg's freshness, it's always better to err on the side of caution and discard it rather than risk consuming something spoiled. And there you have it, 8 egg mistakes that could be affecting your health more than you realize. Your golden years deserve to be filled with vitality, not health setbacks. So make sure you're getting the most out of every egg you eat. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to like the video and share it with your loved ones, especially those who could benefit from this advice. Together, we can all make healthier choices. Drop a comment below if you have any questions or tips to share. And, of course, hit that subscribe button for more videos like this. See you in the next video.